Hi everyone, this is Grace, and today I'm going to walk you through how I made this spa day set, so let's go. Now I'm going to be honest, this is sped up times 3, and I made this set probably 3 years ago, maybe 2. I'm not sure that I'm going to remember everything that I did, so here we go. It is from a set of cookies that I made inspired by self-love. Because it is lingerie and it is robes in 3 different sizes. So you can choose whatever your heart desires. Now, this utilizes a technique called brush embroidery. And I did that first layer of black so that I didn't have to brush embroidery that entire section, but that area was going to be exposed. And then I added, I believe, medium peak on top. That's what I typically use for brush embroidery. And then some gold luster dust glitter, because why not? And then we're rocking a very thin outline here with a soft peak piping consistency in this beautiful, luscious red. Going to fill that in with, I don't know, is that a thin flood? Is it a thick flood? Probably somewhere in the middle-ish would be my guess. You're flooding some relatively small spaces here, so you can use a thicker flood. Now, that right there is the luster dust, but dry dusted directly onto the wet icing. I usually just leave it as is, but I wanted it to be a little more mixed in, so that's why I'm using my scribe. And you can really tell here that it's definitely sped up times 3, so this is definitely not real time. I realized after the fact I definitely should have added those little crisscrosses before flooding, but y'all, sometimes hindsight is 20/20. I used an edible marker to sketch out those sections of the cookie for the outlining. And again, I was using that thingamajiggy to spread out icing on that base layer that's going to be exposed, because I don't usually want any bits of the cookie to be exposed unless it's very intentional for the design aesthetic, whatever. But also, this is just, it's the robe. So that's the back piece of the robe. I really struggled with this design because I absolutely hate doing bows, and you're gonna see in a second that I do actually do a bow on this cookie, much to my dismay. Those squiggles are used to help prevent craters. I don't have 100% success with them, I'm not gonna lie. So sometimes I wonder, am I doing them wrong? I don't know. But that is that. The squiggles and using the thickest consistency possible, and also not oversaturating your icing, because when you oversaturate it, it does a few things. But one thing it does is that it destabilizes the icing, so that's another reason why it can crater. Now, you probably can't tell all that well, but I did let those arms crust for about 10 minutes because when you flood this center section, you want there to be definition in between the center part of the robe and the arms. And to do that, you want to let the icing just crust over ever so slightly. This was a little bit challenging to do. I think, do I end up doing one side at a time? Yeah, I'm doing one side at a time. And this is a version of wet on wet where I'm flooding sections, but I'm flooding them immediately, one after the other, so that they melt into each other into what is effectively a wet on wet situation. And these lines I'm adding after are flooded lines, just to make sure that that those lines were the crispest, is that a word? Most crisp as possible. Which I guess doesn't really matter that much, because as you can see, I was just adding a little detail line for dimension. This is the bow I talked about that I kind of hate doing, but I did the simplest version possible. I don't know what it is about bows. I just we're not the best of friends. So typically if you see a bow on any of my designs, I'm just using a piping consistency to do just a little tie bow. That doesn't look bad though, I'm not gonna lie. Okay. For this one here, now this design here is a bonnet. You'll see there's a bonnet and then there's a towel head. I forget what I called the towel head. Towel head's not the best name. Because I wanted this to be size inclusive, and I also wanted it to be ethnicity, race inclusive. Now anyone can wear a bonnet, of course, but yeah, I know like the towel head is a very common imagery for spa day sets. And this set is kind of giving spa day. It's kind of giving self-love. It's giving identity crisis. I don't know. It's giving a lot of different things. Those outlines there, the way that I'm achieving this kind of tufted, is that the word? Like this look where there's definition in between, is that I added a second layer into those lines that are coming in. And that's how I can achieve kind of that separation without actually doing separate sections, if that makes any sense. And then I added a little eye mask, which I had a really hard time not making look like goggles. This was before, clearly, I learned the poke technique for craters. Because I definitely would have used my scribe to poke little holes behind that mask. And then I loved adding the sweet little mouth with the red lips. Again, bane of my existence, this bow situation. But you know what? I think I made it work. Love that. Okay, and then we've got the towel head. And you can use, the sprinkle, I believe it's the sprinklefactory.com. She has a really great skin color recipe, I guess. Like she has, I don't know, 20, 30 different skin colors where she's come up with the different color combinations needed to make all of those skin colors. For the darker skin color you saw before this, I tend to use chocolate brown, and depending on how dark the skin color is, I might add a little bit of black to it. And then for this lighter skin color, I tend to do ivory with a tiny bit of pink, just to give it, a pink undertone. Using similar techniques for both of these designs, but with, in the end, obviously a slightly different design. This black, you can't really tell, but I think it's a soft peak. I made it really thick, or maybe it's even like an extra thick flood. I still got craters though. Okay, this is what's giving, I would say, spa day. We've got this luscious bathtub, this luscious bubble bath situation. And I think I actually designed this this set. This is not a class. I designed this set originally to be a more advanced class, and then it just never happened, and it sat in the archives for a while. So this is using gold luster dust, which I don't really use much anymore. I've become quite a royal icing purist, if that's the way to put it. Yeah, I really, for the most part, and I'll use like the occasional sprinkle these days, but I really just like to use royal icing. I'm painting this on. This is a luster dust. Wedding gold. It's not called luster dust, is it? Oh my God, what is it called? I don't even know. Do they even sell this anymore? Oh my gosh, this is chaotic. They might not sell this anymore. Do they? Do they not? Huh. I'm not really sure. I know they're going through some changes, and they might not sell this anymore, so don't quote me on that. But Sugar Love Designs over in Canada has an incredible, fully edible gold luster dust. The coverage is unbelievable. It looks so much better than this, not gonna lie. The bubble bath situation, that is a soft peak that's coming out of there. All right, this is the self-love vibe. This heart, what did I do on the outside of this heart? I don't even remember. Oh, I know. Okay. I did a few different versions of the lettering on this heart. I don't know if I actually filmed all of them. I don't think I did. This wet on wet technique I've done in a class before. It's so cool. Like, I love what you can do with wet on wet. It truly is a miracle. It's magic. It's stunning. Like, I think it's so cool. Oh, man. I just impress myself sometimes. Okay, this is one of my favorite borders to do. I would call this a more advanced border. It's it is pressure piping to the max. One of the first borders I ever learned from Sweet Ams. She is in my opinion, the OG on this kind of border. The key here, use a medium peak and cut a large tip. Not a large, but like you don't want to have to press that hard to get the size dot out that you want. Okay. This is my freehanding extraordinaire. This is where it probably was a class because I really don't like to use any props when doing lettering. I like to teach freehanding. So I wrote, I am enough, I am loved, I am beautiful. I'm not sure. There were probably a couple other ones on there. And again, we're adding the luster dust element. This was going to be an intermediate class probably. You have to wait until the icing is at least like 80 to 90% dry to do luster dust. Otherwise, you're going to get some holes in your icing, which is very sad. The cleanest way to do luster dust is to actually do the luster dust element first and then do whatever it is after that. But like to do this border first, let it dry, and then flood the center and do the wet on wet and then let it dry enough for the lettering is just silly. So thank you for joining me here today. Hope you enjoyed the video, learned a thing or two, and might try these yourself. The cookie cutters, by the way, are over at Brighton Cutters.